Wait, hold up. Hold up.
Let me check my
Hold
files.
up.
He
Mr.
made too much sound with
Guilty
his
is
guy
accused of making too much sound with his gyat.
This is a pretty hole-proof case, I'd say.
Listen.
I think it speaks for itself.
Alright. Okay. So, starting off here. My client did not make too much noise with his gyat, and I will I'll tell you right now, it's... It was the noise of a drifting boat that you actually heard. There was a boat nearby, it was at the docks, and therefore was not my client's gyat, as Nama proclaims.
Okay, okay. I would like to call
Right,
my
evidence,
witness,
Nama.
the janitor.
You want
The
your witness
janitor.
already?
Yes, yes. So, he cannot talk, but I'll tell you. Of course, you can tell he's a janitor. So, he was working at the school when he heard... Oh, thank you, Your Honor. He was at the school working late at night when he heard a huge noise, which was obviously
Yeah?
that person's
Objection!
huge gyat.
There was not a school.
Keep going.
Thank you, Your Honor. And how do you expect such a nice person, such a lovely person to work when there's so much sound from such a person just walking through the corridors? I rest my case.
understand, I understand. Okay, okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I call bullshit there was no school. You know this was at a dock because there was a boat nearby. You just gonna ignore the drifting boat? Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. He was being a bit of a dick over there. Yeah, so how are you gonna say there was a school if this took place on a dock with a boat drifting nearby? Absolute hearsay is what I say to that, Nama.
It was you know, where you learn how to drive the boats school, yeah? Those kind of schools. Yeah. It was indeed at the dock, but it was at the school.
What in the bikini bottom are you on about, Nama?
Shut up. But let me wait, give me a second.
Provide some evidence.
Give me a second.
I'm gonna need some evidence here. Come on, boys.
I would like to introduce
Hey,
new
I
evidence,
provided a
which is
drifting boat.
empty pizza box. So
An empty
that
pizza
person
box?
was
Explain.
obviously at the school having some kind of secret party.
Midnight munchies while he's studying.
Yeah, exactly. And they
He
made
had
too
to
much
hear
noise with the
terrible
gap.
sound of
Yeah,
Mr. Guilty's guy at.
yeah, exactly.
I see. I see. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I think there's a noise complaint situation here.
Exactly.
Attorney Leibsy, what do you have to say about this?
Alright, let me check my files here. Your Honor, I'm gonna dismiss the pizza because there's hyperinflation. My client can't even afford pizza. So how the fuck was there pizza there, Nama? Huh? Explain that shit to me. Because that doesn't make sense.
I would
Nama?
like to introduce a new object, the business card. Your client
Business
left a business card with his name, which, by the way, it was selling some stuff that I will not mention, at the school. So maybe that
Objection,
party
prosecutor is...
was to sell his stuff. Thank you, Your Honor. That's why he was there. Maybe he was having a secret
Very
meeting
interesting.
to sell some not so
K
illegal
less than
stuff.
3.
And his guy started releasing
Yeah.
very loud sounds.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is some fucking bullshit. Your
Attorney
Honor.
Leibsy, what do you have to say about this?
Man. Let's see here. Let's see. I would like to call my witness, Your Honor. I'd
I'll
like to
allow
call
it.
my witness. He is
I'll
an
allow it.
expert. An expert in
Forensic.
gyats. And he actually has told us that my
He has a
client
guy at
here
himself?
He does. He does. He has a Gyat PhD.
A
Your Honor. Mr.
gyatologist?
Witness, can you turn around for us?
Your Honor, with all due respect, I can see his Gyat from here.
Oh, okay, okay.
I can confirm it is enormous. And this expert in Gyats has ruled that my client doesn't even have a Gyat. He is flat as a board. Your Honor, I want to call objection. I want to call
Attorney
objection
Lee G.
because the prosecutor here is clearly aura farming, Your
Attorney
Honor, and
Lee G,
it's
I
not.
can clearly see his fat ass from here.
Facts, Your Honor.
and I'd like to address something in my notes here, Attorney Leibsy.
Yeah.
And I quote, "This dude looked mad guilty."
Your Honor,
Quote, Leibsy.
Your Honor, the reason I said that is because his name is Mr. Guilty. Is he not mad guilty
I
he
believe
is
you
named?
said that before you found out what his name was.
Your Honor, with all due respect, why would I be representing this guy if I did not know what his name was? Facts.
Nama,
Facts, Your
Nama.
Honor. Yeah,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to point out the electric bracelet that your client currently has, which means
Fuck.
he's been in prison before and he's just, yeah. So he's not up
Probably
to
because of his
very good stuff.
gyat.
Exactly.
Your Honor, that was for a completely different reason, and I actually have evidence on why my client has an electronic bracelet. He has an electronic bracelet because of a restaurant dispute. That has already been sentenced, and yes, though he was guilty of that crime, he is not guilty of a Gyat.
Can we
Your Honor.
get some more
Making
details
too
on,
much
on
noise.
said case?
On the restaurant dispute, Your Honor?
Yeah, yeah.
The restaurant dispute was a noise complaint that my client
A
was eaten
noise
too loud.
complaint.
Yes, he was eaten too loud. And he
He
was
was
guilty of
eaten
that, Your Honor. In fact, he admitted to eating too loud, and he's done his time for that. He is out on probation, walking around
So you're
on the
telling
docks.
you're telling me this big back ate so much that his gyat got so big it made so much sound that
Exactly.
Prosecutor Nama's witness couldn't even study?
Mhm.
Your Honor, it's a misunderstanding that this man even has a Gyat, but also a complete misunderstanding, because if I would like to redirect the court to the record here, there was a boat sailing nearby making the noise, and that was the noise that the prosecutor over here heard. Nothing else.
Where was your client whenever that boat was driving by?
He was taking a walk right on the docks, Your Honor.
Mm.
Right by the school.
Objection.
His
Right.
witness
Interesting.
allegedly heard the Gyat, which he mistook his
Thank you,
Gyat
Your
for
Honor.
a motorboat.
Now, I would like to introduce a new piece of evidence here. A treasure map. Or should I say, the
Fuck.
school blueprints. Yes, we have it. Which your
Objection,
client
hearsay.
wanted to do some
Objection, I
nasty
don't think
stuff
that's legal.
in the school. And by unfortunate evidence that he has big ass. Oh.
I think
Ah.
you're talking too much. This bro's definitely guilty though.
Let's go.
That's such bullshit. I was defending this man with my life.
2 out of
That's
2
crazy.
never fails. Like-
Unbelievable.
Bulletproof case there, I'd say.
That's crazy. You know what? I'm being the prosecutor this time. I'm gonna prosecute the fuck out of your
Yeah.
witness. Or client.
See, I need to learn how
Your
to play
Honor,
German.
write that down. He just said he's gonna prosecute my witness.
Well, he is the prosecutor. Let's see, what does this do?
Your Honor, can you beat me with your big hammer?
Uh-huh. Yes. Oh, it actually mutes. God damn. God damn.
Yeah.
I have the power. Deliver your verdict. Okay, okay.
Dude,
Oh,
I see.
He's cooking. He's
You
cooking.
good, gang? I got you.
Verdicts. Bring witness. Allow lawyer to present. Okay, I got this. I'll bring out my notes. I have nothing to write.
Boom, baby.
He's back. Oh, he cooked. Rapping too fast and saying his. Okay, I couldn't
Yep.
even read that.
Yep.
Killing
it's
three
you hold tab.
children?
Yep.
Oh,
3 adults,
my
1 child.
God damn.
3 adults, 1 child.
Oh, you can change his face.
Yep. That's Mr. Warbs right there.
Yep, that is indeed Mr. Woods.
Yep.
Would you like to set it to my turn?
Okay.
Thank you, Judge Nama. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
What do you have to say, Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, I think this is some bullshit. I don't think that he caused those 4 very, very unfortunate deaths with his very fast rapping. I think that was a separate tragedy that just happened to coincide with his very fast rapping.
Okay. You got anything to say, Mr. Liebsy?
Absolutely, I do. Now, you say that his fast rapping was not a contributor to the disastrous deaths of 4 total SOCs, 3 adults, 1 child. But I actually have this old computer that has multiple recordings of as soon as Warbs was getting to the fast parts in his raps, the place went ablaze. The entire city. Now, you tell me, Your Honor, how that's possible with lyrics and rapping abilities of Warbs just so happened to set ablaze to the city. You're saying that's a coincidence?
Me.
Indeed. But yes, I will let him
We
speak.
rest, Your Honor. We rest.
Put my witness on the stand, Judge Nama.
Okay. Give me a second.
What witness have
Wait,
you
not that
got?
one. Yep, that one.
Who the
What do you
fuck
have to
is
say for
this?
yourself?
My witness,
Mhm.
and he was there on the night of said tragedy. It was a plane that crashed into the building that caused the fire. Yeah,
A plane.
Your Honor, it doesn't make any sense that my client's rapping caused a massive fire and explosion.
Okay.
How would he do that?
Okay.
And to be
Objection.
quite honest with you,
One
he
second.
wasn't even at the fastest part of his rap.
Objection. The attorney is clearly.
Okay. I'll give you the
active.
word. Okay.
Your Honor,
Mm-hmm.
do you see this witness before you?
Yes.
Your Honor, does that look like a man who can be trusted?
I am not here to judge
Would
people
you trust
like
that man around your children?
Your Honor,
Oh.
I'd just like to say you look awfully nice tonight.
Oh, thank you. I actually took me a while to get this.
Objection. The attorney's clearly trying to raise you up.
It's working, by the way.
Objection.
Yes.
The attorney would never do that.
Okay. Yes. Keep going.
Okay, well,
Order.
I guess you trust that man around your children. Me personally, I could
I love
never.
your
but-
frog hat tonight, Judge.
thank
Nama.
you.
It fits your head really well.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Your Honor, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, this guy's rambling.
We're waiting. Am I on the right one?
All right, Your Honor.
Yes.
I have some I have a situation that actually shows that this witness could not have seen a plane coming
Okay.
because the elevator was stuck.
Oh.
He was inside a stuck elevator. How did your witness, by the way, gold
There's
missing
a
tooth,
window, dumbass.
angry, was stuck in
elevator?
an elevator?
This guy, Nama.
You're
There's
telling
obviously
me-
a window.
Or
You're
there,
outside.
or there,
telling
or
me
there.
There's a window.
Oh shit! I can charge
Your
this.
Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor.
Yeah?
Your Honor. Relax.
Okay. Okay.
Relax.
My bad. My bad.
Thank you. Thank
Your
you.
Honor, Prosecutor Weebsy does not know about windows and elevators.
Order.
You're
Let
What are
him
we doing
speak.
here?
Thank you, Your Honor. There was clearly
apologies,
no
beautiful,
window
my
in this
apologies.
elevator.
Yes. Yes. So
Your
you're.
Honor, there was no window in said elevator.
I do agree
Not
with that.
one to be seen. And unless Jamie has any evidence to say otherwise, it's all hearsay. I have
to
evidence
say
that he was stuck in an
otherwise.
elevator. All right, let's see
Okay.
it. Let's see your
Let's
evidence.
pass the word.
All right, let's see my evidence then. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Plane ticket.
Oh shit!
Fuck!
Oh shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, that's
What do you gotta say about that
crazy.
one?
That's actually wild. That's
Your
wild.
Honor, Your Honor, my client is not guilty.
Was he on the plane?
I rest my case. My
Your Honor?
client?
Yeah.
Your Honor.
No, my client was not on the plane.
Then whose ticket is
Your
that?
Your Honor, that's what I was about to
it's
ask.
A plane
You are
ticket.
asking
It's a plane
straight
ticket from one of the
questions.
people on the plane who crashed into the building. Where
You're
my
telling
client was
me the
rapping
plane
at.
crashed and this person survived?
Is the people? Is it?
This
Yeah.
person
Exactly.
Did not survive, but we have his plane ticket records.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we do know that a plane crashed and people died, exactly. But how does that have to do
You
with
know
your
what?
client?
Your Honor, I will admit.
It has to do with this
a
because my witness
plane-
saw said plane in the sky through the window in the elevator. And how would he know that a plane would even be around at that time period?
I've never seen that many elevators with windows, so.
You've never seen one?
Yeah.
Your Honor, why don't I take you out sometime and show you one?
Oh.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
Yeah. I'll give you the
Please.
word. Wait.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. You
I'll take
it.
beautiful, beautiful X for eyes,
Your
sexy
Honor.
smoking beast.
Your Honor,
Um,
don't listen to this guy.
Your Honor. Your Honor. With
Yeah, yeah.
honor.
Hmm?
You are smoking hot today.
Oh, thank you.
Now,
Your Honor, I can treat you
I
better.
will. I will
He
admit-
has the word.
I will admit that
Yeah.
there was a plane crash. You know what? I will concede that a plane did
There you go. You
crash.
caught him in a lie. You just
I
caught him in a
will
lie.
concede
He said earlier there was no plane crash.
the evidence. No, I believe there wasn't, but your evidence is undeniable. You
This
have the plane
case
ticket,
has
correct?
hundreds of holes in it.
Now, please,
My
Your Honor,
client
let
is
me
not
speak.
guilty.
Let me
Mhm,
speak.
mhm. Order.
Thank you, thank you. Now, there was a plane, clearly, but this case is about the
Mhm.
lyrics of this man
Exactly.
creating
Exactly.
the plane to cause the plane.
Your
to
Honor,
crash into the
this has
city.
nothing to do with the lyrics.
Clearly,
That's the case. That's
clearly
literally the
rapping
case.
abilities of Warbs made the pilot of this plane crash into the city, still causing the deaths of 3 adults and 1 child. Now, Your Honor,
Your
how
Honor,
the lyrics and
client's
the
Wait, wait.
music
Order.
is
Order.
Excuse me.
fire.
Order.
Excuse me.
Not-
Order.
Thank you. Clearly, the rapping abilities of this man still caused the deaths of these 3 adults and 1 child. And Your Honor, not
Okay,
only
okay.
that,
Oh.
but it was all scribbled on a post-it note by the pilot before he crashed. He was reciting the lyrics that
Oh,
Warbs was
shit.
putting down.
I was fired.
Now,
Your Honor, let me
Jamie.
speak.
Okay,
Explain
okay.
that one.
Okay.
By the
Let me
way, Your
speak.
Honor, the
Wait, wait.
post-it notes were signed by the
This
pilot.
should have been
Okay,
Jessa.
okay,
It's
okay.
my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Leavesy.
Yeah.
All right, Leavesy. Would you say that there was a fire at said tragedy?
Correct. Yes.
How
there
in
was.
the world would a little flimsy paper post-it note survive such tragic fire?
Ooh.
Let me counter the argument there. How does a plane ticket also survive
didn't.
the fire?
It was a digital plane ticket.
Oh.
Why was that not specified, Your Honor?
It was specified.
Oh. Was
You
it?
know what, Your Honor? Apologies, I didn't specify that the post-it note was on the pilot's phone in his phone notes.
Okay.
A
okay.
minor detail, Your Honor. A minor detail.
Yeah. No,
You know?
we accept that. We accept
Your
that. Yeah,
Honor,
We
I've
accept
got
that. We
something
accept that.
written
Thank you,
down
Your
in my
Honor. Thank
notebook.
you.
I've got something written down in my notebook I think needs to be brought to your attention.
Mm-hmm.
It says here that Prosecutor Liebsy is a bitch.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
I think this should be considered when you're making your decision here.
Okay. Yeah. Let me write that down. Uzi is a bitch. Okay.
I think he's writing fanfic over there.
Oh. All right.
I'm cooking.
We'll give him the word now. You're free to.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh man.
Also,
Well,
let me
you know
send
what,
this
Your
guy to get a coffee or something.
Your Honor. I'd like to call my witness, Your Honor.
Oh. There you go.
What's up, Mr.
It's him again.
Expert? It's Mr. Expert back again. Now, Your Honor,
Yeah.
this is an expert in planes.
Mm-hmm.
He says. He says jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Your Honor. I rest my case.
Okay.
Steel beams were not melted, Your Honor.
No, but 3 adults and 1 child were, Jamie. 3 adults and 1 child.
Your Honor, the steel beams were not melted. They were crashed into, causing them to break.
Okay.
This is some bullshit.
Hello.
Your Honor, if you put my client as not guilty, I'll take you out sometime to a nice glass elevator up to the moon where we can enjoy a nice wine and steak dinner.
Oh shit, I like that.
Oh man.
But give me a second.
Your Honor,
Can we specify where the people died? Was it in the plane or outside the plane? Because
it was outside the plane, Your Honor. They were
Okay.
in the home.
so we're not counting the people that died
Both
on the
sides,
plane,
sir.
right?
Little bit of
No,
both
Your
sides,
Honor,
Judge
Your
Nana.
Honor.
Okay. I'll say that's quite a low count though
Your
for a
Honor,
plane crash.
can I have a last stand, Your Honor?
Yeah. I'll give it to you. Oh shit.
Your Honor. I'm just a princess. I'm just a princess, Your Honor. Please don't let this man go free. Please, Your Honor.
Yeah, his
I really need him to be arrested.
his rapping
Por favor.
do be quite fast and fire. I do admit
Your
that.
Honor.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said.
Yes, exactly. I think let me just turn around really quick and think. Let me check the case.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, Liebsy, do you have anything to offer? For
No, Your Honor.
Friday night or something like that. Oh shit.
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have nothing to offer.
Sunday night, is that good for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
Yes! Wait, no,
Wait,
fuck, I'm
you
gonna
lost.
do it.
He said yes.
My boy Wolf is innocent.
GG's.
GG's. Fuck, dude. I got cooked with the plane ticket. It was roast.
That was crazy. I didn't.
Cram, you
that.
can join in. You can join in, Cram.
Leave
Get
I
in the
swear to
lobby,
you,
sir.
I didn't even know I had that in there until I opened it.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I was like,
fucking
no
wild.
way.
Oh, man.
Hello,
That was
can you
fire.
hear me?
Yes.
I can. Yes.
What's up, Cram?
All right, perfect.
I want to be the
Welcome, subscribe.
journalist.
Oh, shit.
You guys can fight.
I watched the video before this weekend. I don't remember how the game works.
Dude, I still to this day don't know how this game works. I've been kind of waiting.
Fair enough. You know what? I'll be a real life judge. If you're the judge, you can't be wrong. That's the law.
So true. Someone needs to be the prosecutor. Who's it gonna be?
I don't want one.
Jamie be the yeah.
Prosecute.
There we go. What the fuck is a
Alright,
journalist?
There we go.
I publish like pieces
Journalist
of
makes
media
the-
as evidence. Not evidence, but like yeah.
Okay. Fuck.
Mm.
What happened?
We're waiting for the prosecutor to provide the case.
Get him.
I don't know what that did.
So you have one to change who's speaking. The little red thing will turn
Yeah,
green.
so if you scroll,
Yeah.
so the scroll wheel changes what you can do. The thing in the bottom left will tell you what you have selected, and you get to pick who has the floor by pressing the red or blue.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Also to call in
Whilst you're making the
the
case, you
witness.
get muted, by the way. So I don't know if Jamie's actually talking. We wouldn't be able
Oh.
to hear him. Yeah. Because it automatically has you muted until you provide the case.
Yeah, that's the witness. That's how you call the
Oh, you
witness.
you call the witness.
Okay. And the red just switches who's talking.
If you're at the
red
witness
and
one,
blue.
it just
Yeah,
changes
so
the
you have-
witness.
notice how you're scrolling and it shows like decision, calling a witness, or giving the person the floor.
There you go. Oh, where to present evidence. I see. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
We don't like take kindly to journalists in this part. You better go on mute. This ain't no Michael Jackson trial.
Hey, don't fight against me. That's the truth. I'm here for the truth only.
That's what they all say. Hammer, deliver your verdict. Guilty. You know what? They're free.
Amy's cooking with this
Wait,
case for real.
Yeah, he is.
Very little evidence has been submitted. Are you certain of your judgment? Hmm.
Hey, yo,
Hey.
chill, chill.
Hmm. How long do they have to do this?
As long as they want, I guess.
Yeah.
They create the file. You get to pick like,
Oh. Oh. A granny and
Birds,
truck
wow.
driver.
is accused of murdering his wife.
Different crime.
Different crime. Clearly by the
crime.
face of this man.
Yeah,
I think they're. Yeah, Minecraft Forge. Interesting. Let's see.
Murdering his wife, huh?
All right, wait. All right,
Seriously.
let's see if I can bring.
Your Honor, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll provide my first piece of evidence, if you wouldn't mind. A stained apron.
A stained apron.
Stained
His
What?
apron has blood on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Or not his
blood
apron,
or is
sorry.
it ketchup?
His wife's
Breaking news.
apron-
Breaking
his
news.
wife's apron has blood on it.
What the fuck?
And
What
as
is
you
that
can
thing
see in
floating
that
in the
photo,
sky?
as you can see in that photo,
That's the kid.
her apron has blood
It's a
covered
kid.
all over it.
Well, you see, since abortion is now illegal, they got to do it at home now. See, he was just trying to get his child out safe.
You're supposed to be the judge, not the
I love how
defendant.
The judge is like defending me right now. I'm
Yeah.
loving this. It's great. I don't have to do shit.
But it is
You're a
illegal,
piece of
so I
shit.
guess we gotta get rid of it, right? We gotta get rid of all of them.
Judge, let the attorney speak.
All right, I'll try.
Oh, Jamie,
Geriatric.
Jamie. The stained apron with blood on it was indeed blood. You know, I won't deny that. Blood from a fucking cow. The wife was cooking,
Oh, he called
Just
her a
fucking-
cow.
just like
Cow?
I'm about to cook in this case. It was from
pretty
Your
good, that's
Honor,
pretty good.
Your Honor,
Yes,
hearsay. Let me speak.
Hearsay? Hearsay? I have evidence right here.
Your Honor.
There was
It's my
a
turn.
burnt wooden spoon
Oh,
Okay, like
because
hello?
the
That
wife
means-
the
that means
wife
you're
did not-
diddly shit.
did not.
She
The
was
wife did
cooking at
not
the
die
time.
from a
The
stab
same
wound.
reason she had
It
on
was
the
a
apron.
fire. It was a
Listen-
fire,
Wait, wait,
Your
wait.
Honor.
Where did
That's
the blood
why
come
the wooden-
from?
So what do you have to say about
Wait,
the
wait,
From
fire?
the
wait, wait.
cow. She was cooking. Cooking
Did she kill the
beef.
cow?
Yes.
She killed the cow right there?
She killed the
crazy.
cow right there.
No,
Your Honor.
no, Honor.
Why'd she have
Your
the
Honor.
fire started? Was she trying to spit roast?
Order the court!
The oven caught fire and blew up from a gas leak. That is all. My client
that's
here
some
did not
bullshit.
kill his wife.
That sounds like a Final Destination death. That's crazy. Proof? Other than a wooden
Your Honor.
spoon?
Your Honor, hit that red
could've-
button right there, please.
Your Honor. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Wait, no, that's a pretty that's a pretty
Your
good
Honor, it's my
response.
turn to talk.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Nah.
What the
Cow
fuck? There we
found
go.
dead in
Cow
kitchen.
found dead in kitchen, Your
What
Honor.
happened to its legs?
Is it my turn? Alright, it's
was
my
butchered.
turn. Your Honor, there's a lot to address here. Partially because you didn't give me my chance to talk.
Whoa.
That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked. But it's
Your
okay.
Honor,
It's okay. It's okay.
disrespect. Your
Um,
Honor, disrespect. That's crazy.
Your Honor, this guy Leavesey's a bitch.
Your Honor, you
Um,
should have seen how he was risen up the last judge. Just saying, Your
Listen,
Honor, he
listen,
clearly thinks you're
listen,
clapped.
listen.
Clearly thinks you're clapped, Your Honor.
Listen, Your Honor, order in the court. Let me speak. He's
You know what?
yapping
I
too
think we
much.
need to bring in a witness.
Your
That's
Honor,
your
Granny.
witness, Jamie?
Your
That's your
mom.
witness, an old
Your
lady?
Honor, I can't talk. I fear Leavesey is talking over me too much. Can you hit him with your gavel, please?
I'll stay quiet.
Hmm.
Thank
Oh,
you, Your Honor.
Interesting.
Okay.
You know what?
No,
I
there's-
think we need a moment of silence. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
Jamie,
Now,
this
who's
is just
speaking?
crazy for real.
Wait, can I wait?
Ow!
I can silence the media. Let's go.
Hey!
Sorry, I just had to try.
Don't silence the truth.
All right. Well, where were we?
This granny is the defendant's wife's mother, and she was in the house when it happened.
Okay.
Okay.
And what did she see?
Yeah,
Out of
she witnessed
curiosity?
your client stab her son, her daughter.
Hmm.
My apologies.
okay.
All right.
That's interesting.
Did she? Do we have a picture of the wife? Maybe they got confused.
Your Honor, why do you want to see said wife?
I'm just saying. Maybe they got confused with. Maybe he got confused between
Confused
the two.
with what? Your Honor,
don't
why
know.
are you defending?
I'm
their
just
client?
asking the questions
Why?
here.
Why are you defending their client? Your Honor.
I mean, have
It-
you seen them?
Nama, I think this judge should not be a judge.
I see. A good story.
Oh.
Corrupt judge.
All right, who's this guy?
Exactly.
What's he got going on?
Oh, is it my turn, Your Honor?
Yeah. We're gonna see what your witness has got going on. Okay.
Well, so, Your Honor, I did not want to call my witness to the stand yet. Your Honor.
Well, you got him anyways, so you take what you got. They're making some
Huh.
interesting.
Okay, Your Honor. Well, before I let my witness talk, Your Honor, I would like to address the court with this diary right here. I can't because apparently my witness is called to the stand, so I cannot even provide the evidence, Your Honor.
Rip.
Yeah.
Your
You're not even the
Honor, it
one
sounds like some
talking.
bullshit.
No one is.
all right. Okay, Your Honor.
You gotta
My
choose
witness
who's
is a
talking.
truck driver.
You gotta choose
Oh,
who's
yeah,
talking,
it's-
cause
neither of us have our.
Yeah.
mic set up.
I don't know what that.
there you go.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. That is why I could not present the diary, Your Honor.
I thought
Yeah.
I hit the
It's-
button, but I guess
Your
I didn't.
Honor,
Oh, there's a
Diary.
diary.
proven that the mother of my client, the mother-in-law, should I say, of my client, actually despised her daughter. It is written day after day in the diary for the last 2 years that she actually despised the daughter. So, Your Honor, I actually have to take into question her testimony in this case, because clearly there was a conflict of interest, so that witness has to be dismissed. However, my witness here, the truck driver,
Mm-hmm.
truck driver drove
Your
past the
Honor.
house as it
Your
was
Honor.
exploding in the
Your
kitchen,
Honor.
saw the fire,
He's talking an awful
therefore
lot.
the fire was presented, correct?
To be fair, I forgot to hit his light, so that's
Yeah,
on me.
That's on him.
Um,
Yeah,
all right.
that's on our
all right,
judge here,
let's
Jamie.
let's see what you got to
that's
say
on our
here.
judge.
100 bands right now if you say that he's guilty.
Your Honor,
Pretty good.
clearly that's a bribe.
Yes. I don't know
100
what you're
bands.
talking about. He's donating to my college fund. My
100
bands. Your
my
Honor.
college. He's
Objection.
donating
Yeah,
He's
because
donating the
clearly
money
you
to
need more
my-
schooling.
my charity.
Objection, that's a bribe, Your Honor.
No, he's
Also, Your
donating to
Honor,
my charity though. That's not a bribe.
also,
That's
Your
totally
Honor,
unrelated.
200,000 if you. send
Your
this
Honor,
man
he
home
doesn't
right
have
now.
200 bands. He's
Your
lying.
Honor, objection.
You know what? I think how we can decide this fairly.
Hmm.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
All right. On three, shout your
Okay.
pick.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
1, 2,
I forgot.
3.
Paper.
Scissors. You fucked.
You said it after me, Your Honor.
you
That's,
said it
No, I
after.
didn't.
that's
all right.
It was at the
crazy,
same
Your
time.
Honor.
It was at the same time.
You
It was
gotta
at the same
free
that's
'em.
time.
bullshit. Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
What?
Thank
It was at
you.
the same time.
Thank you. The fairest judge.
There was like
The
a whole
fairest
second
judge.
after.
Wait, was there really a second for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it at the same time for me.
Emotes casted of 900.
Your Honor, I got pinged.
In pinged it. Your Honor, he was
Your Honor, I
lagging.
got pinged.
I may or may not have accidentally left.
What
Whoops.
the hell?
All right. You know, I'm not good at
Being a judge, that's okay. I've got it.
I can prosecute.
Did you guys see that I almost emoted 1,000 times, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That's it's kooky beans.
It's kooky beans.
Oh shit.
Order, order.
Wait, what can you do with
What
that?
the fuck? Bro has anger issues. Order in the court! Order, order, order! We're waiting on our prosecutor. Everyone's spazzing out, that's crazy.
Oh!
You fucked.
Hey, that's abuse. Oh, wait.
What the fuck?
Huh?
Bro turned him into a chicken for real.
Damn, that kind of lasts for a long time, doesn't it? Do I have to turn it
Alright.
back?
All
don't
right,
know.
ladies
Oh,
and
there
gentlemen,
you go.
I do have
I
to
bring
turn
forward.
it
No way!
in the flesh.
Nuh-uh.
Crazy!
You know what? I need to call into jury.
He's
The
handcuffed.
crime is the Rizzler rizzing up the first
The
lady.
first
That's all
lady.
I'm gonna say.
Alright. Nama, what do you have to say?
Nah, he didn't do it.
I'd like to retort with yeah.
Let me check my case really quick.
Yeah, take your time.
Hey! My Okay, well that was a little. Oh,
Wait, when
I'm
you
not the
do
one.
that, it takes his light off. I need that on.
Yeah, okay.
Stop being a barker,
So-
Jamie. God.
So that did
Oh,
not happen
marker.
because my client was stuck in an elevator.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure that was the elevator that the
Ooh.
first
Ooh.
lady
Hey,
was
order here. Come on,
Order,
come on.
order,
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, and
We're letting this
in
boy
that
talk right now.
elevator there was no witnesses and there was no one besides my client.
Okay, Nama, I
Yeah.
have to ask. You
Mhm.
say there was no witnesses of your client being stuck in the elevator.
Yeah.
How can we take him for his word that he was stuck in this elevator?
Okay, give me a second.
No problem. Take your time.
I would like to call in the homeless man. Hello.
Okay, you're calling in the homeless man.
Ow. So, Your Honor. Oh, I'm not the one speaking
Hmm.
anymore.
All right, how do you
Oh.
do with the notepad? Is it just to write notes?
Yeah, just so
So-
you can keep
Okay,
track.
damn,
of
I thought you
call.
could
Your
rip
Honor,
airplanes and send them.
This homeless
You
man.
can. You can take if you take the paper in front of you, the paper balls, and use your scroll wheel, you'll be able to make it into a paper plane.
Hello.
Yeah, it's your turn, Nama.
Okay.
What does your
So
witness have to say?
the homeless man, he lives on top of the building that my client was on, and he usually uses.
He's homeless, but he lives on top of the building.
Yeah. That's another crime
Oh,
by
okay.
itself. It's not related to this, but
Mm.
he does live
Correct,
up
okay.
there. And he uses the elevator to go back to his place, his sleeping bag, you
I
know.
see.
And he
On
said,
top of the roof.
yes, exactly. Why would he go up the
That's
stairs? That's
interesting.
too much work. That's why he uses
order.
the elevator. Oh shit, I'm not the one speaking anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was creating order. My bad.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And
So you're saying that your witness here takes the elevator to his sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Continue.
And while my client was using the elevator and he was stuck on the elevator, this poor person, could not get to his sleeping bag. And when he was finally freed, the homeless man said he only saw my client alone and no one else leaving the elevator.
Hmm.
I rest.
Okay.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor.
that's a fair
I
point.
have a retort.
All right, 1 second. I am. Allow a lawyer to present. Oh, okay. Yep. All right, present evidence.
All right, Your Honor. The only reason this man wasn't able to get on the get up the elevator is because they were busy on the elevator. They swiped the entire buttons. It took that long. The first lady got off on like the car parking lot
Hmm.
to drive away off the helipad. That's why they never saw him come back down.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So you're saying, Cram, that the homeless man was indeed in the elevator?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were at the bottom when
Okay.
the first
yes,
lady
yes. Uh-huh.
left at the top.
Okay. Okay.
See? You
Okay.
could have never saw because they hit every button on the elevator, but
Okay.
it took an hour, so they had plenty of time to
Hmm.
race.
Okay. Okay. So
And
you're
then she
saying
left on
that
the
his-
helipad
You're
because she's
saying
the
the
first
client.
lady.
Order, please, order. I'm trying to make understandings of what you're saying here. You're saying that the client here, the Rizzler, pressed all the buttons on the elevator, causing a delay, and therefore this man here could not have seen the first lady being on there because he was at the bottom of the elevator. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Okay, okay. Arma, what do you have to say about that?
Give me a sec. Let's check this really quick. Okay, I got this. So, my client was indeed stuck on the elevator, and he was not doing any rizzling. He was simply taking notes that his doctor prescribed him. But he was having some trouble, and he took all the time, as you can see from this overused eraser that he used to obviously make sure that he would remember the stuff. So yeah, that's the piece of evidence I have. He just took a
Frick.
long time to write notes.
No,
I have a
you're
rebuttal.
telling me. Hang on. You shush. You're telling me that your client used the eraser so much that he was erasing all his doctor's notes that he was writing for himself. I'm confused what this
No,
has
no.
any relevance
Your
in
Honor.
this court case you're
So my client
that
was
providing.
busy in the elevator just writing notes, but he has a problem writing because it's a dumb fuck. But that's besides
So
the
what does
point.
his doctor's notes have anything to do with this, Nama?
Because he was busy just taking notes so he could remember his prescription. And as you can see, the
Right.
overused eraser means that he erased a lot of mistakes, which means all the time he was in the elevator, he was just writing stuff and erasing to making sure that it was right.
Okay, well, I'm going to dismiss this witness. I don't think he was very helpful in your case. I'm going to make a note of that. Homeless witness had no aura. Okay,
Based. So the overused eraser actually helps.
wait.
Okay.
You can go.
The overused eraser actually helps my case because the Rizzler
Hmm.
was writing their name down and erasing it, trying to spell it properly to add it to his list of rizzed celebrities. And he just can't spell, so that's why the eraser was used so much. He didn't need all that time to go through the eraser.
Okay. Okay, do you have any counter evidence to provide this
All right,
case?
I can actually use this menu now.
Yeah, you can as long as you
I was trying to figure out what it
on the
did,
stand.
but every time it was grayed out, so
Yeah, it's whenever you're speaking, then you can provide the evidence.
I see.
Officer Jamie, can you please stop trying to hit me with paper
On my
evidence?
fault, my finger says shit, my bad.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I present this. How do I just? I think I did it go through.
Half-smoked cigar. Yes.
So the
Oh.
half-smoked cigar was actually left and gifted to the Rizzler as a trophy for his rizzing. Hence why he still carries it and is trying to sell it on eBay. The eBay listing says, First Lady
Your Honor,
half-used cigar.
Attorney Nama just threw a piece of paper at you.
I didn't do shit.
Really?
Your Honor,
No,
objection. That's cap.
my evidence right here.
Stop throwing paper at me. Okay, so you're telling me that the Rizzler was successful in rizzing up the First Lady?
I mean, it's the Rizzler. It's
It
like in
is
its
the
nature.
Rizzler. Facts,
The Rizzler
facts,
be
facts.
risen.
I do
Like,
have
I
to give
mean-
him some props there.
Mhm.
for
So, I
being
mean,
able
the
to rizz up
Rizzler is
the
gonna
First Lady.
rizz, and that is
Mm.
his trophy for rizzing.
I do have to say, if it is indeed his trophy for Risen, why is he trying to sell it on eBay? Is that not a
Because
conflict of
He has
interest?
so many celebrities he rizzes. He's got to make money somehow. The First Lady's
Hmm.
not his most poppin'.
Okay.
He's been on Sesame
Um,
Street.
What do you have to counteract this
Mhm,
half-smoked
mhm.
cigar?
So, there was no rizzing involved because there was a message on Instagram.
A message.
Yeah, the First Lady read the message but never responded, so she was not interested in the Rizzler. And obviously,
Wow.
the Rizzler does this for sport because he does have a sport medal for Rizzling.
Oh.
Yeah, he does. So he has a
Okay.
lot of other women that he has to rizz, so he cannot be
Right,
stuck with
so
one
You're,
person.
you're saying, though a successful Rizzler,
Yeah,
he did not rizz up the First Lady
Yeah.
because the message indicates she was not interested.
he
That is strong evidence.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
will take that. Fram,
So-
what is your case on this?
My rebuttal is, I mean, we'll have to check his Riz log, but just because he's a Rizzler doesn't mean he's also not a player. He's risen multiple folks up.
Correct.
He's risen up Grover from
But
Sesame Street.
I do have to say that the message indicates that he did not succeed in risen up the First Lady, which is what he is being accused of and is being seen as guilty in your eyes of.
Mhm, mhm.
So I do have to ask you to keep it on topic here. Though we all agree the Rizzler is very risen in all of his clients, he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not able to rizz up the First Lady,
As
which
I was
you are
looking
accusing.
around to,
Right.
he
Go on.
never said that she wanted to be rizzed. He followed her in the building because he knew her helipad was there.
Mm.
He knew Because of this plane ticket, she was planning on. Oh wait, I'm not presentable. I can't present.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Provide.
All right, this plane ticket.
What is
Can I
your reason
speak
for
now?
silencing him? You have a
This
reason?
plane ticket she
What, yeah.
Hang on.
needed.
Wait. The adults are talking. What was your reason for silencing Mr. Cram?
My hand slipped, sir.
Okay. Don't let that happen again, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
very
Thank you.
slippery
Alright.
hands.
Very slippery hands.
Alright.
Oh.
The reason he knows by checking the Twitter flight logs of the first lady that she had to go to this place. He's been stalking her to riz her up. He knew that the plane ticket, she would need to take a helicopter to get to the plane airfield, and knew she would be there with one elevator to go up and down. That was his chance. So he hit every button to ride all the way up. And that plane ticket is
Objection,
proof.
Your Honor.
Okay. What do you have to say, Nama?
Alright. As we can see in this situation, my client was there for a doctor visit. And
Oh.
exactly. All the time
Which
he
you
spent in
did
that
provide
building,
evidence of?
exactly, was only for the purpose of the doctor visit. He just had to
Wow,
wait a
this
long
is
time.
Really strong case. Brian, what do you have to say about that?
All right. Then how come? Let me look through my things quickly. This post-it note was found, a forgery of a doctor's note, so we could get in the same building
Wow.
the first lady who he knew was sick there. Who wrote this doctor's note to the school.
Wow. Order. That is a very good prosecution case. Nama, what do you have to say about that?
Thank you, Your Honor. The doctor did not send anything through post-it notes, because that's kind of unprofessional,
Well,
as we can say.
We have seen a scribbled post-it note.
And how do you know
Other
that's
doctors.
not made by someone?
It's a forgery. That's the whole
It was
point.
a forgery. It's clearly in front of
How
us.
do you know
here
it's not a
today, Nama.
forgery of a forgery? That's it. Because the
No, that is
doctor,
a very weak argument on your client's behalf.
the
I'm gonna have
doc-
to
wait,
ask you.
Your Honor, the doctor sent the appointment through text message on the phone, not through post-it notes.
They can actually do that? I don't know.
Yes. They
Is
can.
that a thing
Yeah.
that you could do?
Yes.
That is a thing.
That
yeah.
is.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Order. Graham, what do you have to say?
Why do you think he scribbled the text boxes on the note?
That's true. He's
He's recreating the
spitting
image.
facts there, Nama.
He is a
spitting
child, so like he doesn't
That's
know
it.
how phones work that good.
Facts.
He thought if he could just like scribble his crayon over and trace it, that would work for his school, so we can get out to go riz up the first lady and get in the
But-
same building.
But I do have to bring back the attention of the message from the First Lady showing lack of interest. What
Mhm.
makes you believe that a very long elevator ride would change her mind?
I never said she changed her mind. She was
So you-
rizzed, but
so
she
you
was
are
not. She
telling
didn't
me-
like the risen.
Right, but
Hence
then
why
therefore
she
she was not Riz.
Bolted
You
She
are
was
accusing the Rizzler
rizzed
of Risen.
against her will.
Attempt of Risen is not what we are here to discuss. It was the fact that she was Riz.
You can be
However-
rizzed unconsensually.
I am going to have
What's
to
the fuck is going on?
disagree.
I don't know, man.
All right, I believe
Oh.
I have my ruling. Not guilty.
Hey! 3 out of
You
3,
know
let's
what?
go.
That's how it goes in the real political.
Damn,
the real
Jesus.
Yo, he's got such a future ahead of him. It's okay. He can,
1,700 emotes.
Damn, Cram, you got stunned 15 times.
Yeah, I wonder why. I'm trying
That's
to talk.
crazy.
All right, I'm
right.
gonna be journalist this time. You three can
I'll
be
take up the
prosecutor, judge, or
defense.
defense.
Wait, go witness.
Download a picture of
Please
the
be go
Rizzler to
witness.
try to.
I'll be a witness. I'll be a witness.
No witnesses.
We haven't seen a witness yet.
Witness.
Witness.
Witness these nuts.
Got him.
Somebody touch this guy.
Excuse me. But
Let's see.
I've
Oh. I can actually put stuff. Wait, what am I supposed to put here? So much stuff I could put. I'll give him a little gentleman. There you go.
Bella,
the
Bella, you're done
fuck?
for. You're done for. I'm just gonna. Here we go. There's my notes. You're screwed. That's all I got for you. You're done.
Huh. Interesting.
I wish you could catch him.
Mm.
That'd be so awesome. You just catch him and throw him back.
I really want to do the custom cards.
How do you make them into airplanes?
Right now we're currently
Scroll on your
winning
mouse
3-3.
I see.
We haven't lost a case yet. This cannot be
Very
the one we
interesting
lose.
stuff that you were just talking about, Cramium.
Yes.
You do.
Oh, my
know that
client's
Cordis
guilty.
in
I just
session,
got to get him
right?
off on a lighter sentence. He's done for.
You can't say that to the judge.
I mean, the judge is reading their charges right now. I mean, there's not much you could do for it. There's like 30 unconsensual risings.
Wait, no,
people
I
they were
can't
going
do
That's
that.
for,
not the
along
case
with whatever
anymore.
the
There's a difference.
along with whatever else they've done. I haven't even got to see the whole rap sheet. It's like it looks like a scroll. It just keeps going. They could use it as the red carpet.
Wow. Very interesting stuff that you're talking about here.
But I'm with him because
Yo! Beat up old lady with a sock. That's crazy.
Oh, I got
like
the
another
perfect defense for this.
sock, like a person sock, or like a
Yeah. Let me check my files.
I'm trying to write
Alright.
here. Trying to write my
Alright.
backstory.
Ow. Let's see.
Cramium. Hurry up.
Oh, I didn't know you changed it to me. A
Yeah, it's
warning
your
would have been
turn.
nice. I was trying to look over the evidence cards. Your Honor,
Cram. Lock in.
they can't be chill. They can't be.
Don't tell me what the fuck to do. Alright, Nama, your turn.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I would like to present the first evidence, which is half-smoked cigar. And you might wonder, what does that have to do with this case? Well, you see,
Hmm.
that person right there
Oh.
is a gangster, you know. Only gangsters smoke.
Which one? Which one?
The
Which
the one we're accusing right now.
Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe,
Okay.
Mr. Pepe, is a gangster.
Alright,
That's why
alright.
he smokes.
Okay.
So obviously he's not that good of a person, which means he had all the motives to beat up an old lady. Thank you.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Your Honor, I
Any
bring
Cramium?
forth the invitation card to the goon session my client was in. They have no more socks left because they donated all their socks to goon onto, so they couldn't be used as weapons because they were in the washing machine at the time of the
Dang.
crime.
Understood. Okay.
So
That's a pretty
they
good
were all
point.
being in the washer.
That's a pretty
That's
good point.
solid. That's solid. Like
They-
those
they were
socks,
Oh,
solid.
Crusty.
They were.
Your Honor,
Now, what do you have to say about that?
obviously, there were people there, and we had reports of a midnight shriek, which coincides with the hitting of a sock in an old lady. So
Mm.
we know exactly that sound.
But was the old lady in the goon sesh?
I guess so.
If
Hey,
so,
so-
how,
I'm
do you- how could you
There's
explain-
gooners and goonettes.
I'm
Maybe
sorry.
the old lady was just having a good time, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe she didn't
I'm-
get hit
Bes-
by
Besides the point, Your Honor, she was hit with a sock, and I would like
Oh,
to.
crusty goony
Oh.
So-
sock.
I bring forth this piece of evidence. This is the figurine they had to use because the old lady ran out. She was what they were gooning to,
Thank God
but
they
they
don't have
had
a
to
jar.
use the figurine because she left.
What?
Now my client.
They were gooning to the old lady.
All right, can I finish my speaking
Yeah,
here?
my bad, bro.
So they had to, but my client never finishes. So he was there till the very end.
What?
So when she ran out, that's when the incident happened. My client was there. He was going for the long streak. So he
Oh.
couldn't have done the crime because the crime happened as they were running away from the goon sesh.
I would like to bring out a witness.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. This person
I'm a
right
nosy
here.
janitor.
Oh. Oh shit.
Hi.
My witness,
So what, do
Leipzig,
you have questions for
the
me?
old lady janitor, is part
Hey.
of a Facebook group, which is the Gooning Night Runner Grandmas.
No.
And-
No. You're meant to ask me questions.
Oh,
witness.
okay,
You
my
can't
bad.
speak on my behalf.
My bad.
I have a voice.
Are you part of the so-called Facebook group Grandma Gooning at Night?
I am, but I was not invited to this gooning session. I was actually watching from afar and gooning in the corner, whilst everyone was gooning together. That's why they call me the nosy janitor. I like to goon in
Here's
the
the
corner.
cleanup crew. We paid her to.
Yeah.
Wait, are you the goon, the cleanup crew we hired?
I am, yes, and
Okay.
I did see it all.
We like to, they like to wash sometimes, so they know what they're cleaning up afterwards.
Correct.
Witness Leibsy, are you a cuck?
I
Yes.
yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. What? Yes, Your Honor. You are
Your Honor, I will skip the turn.
Leibsy. Leibsy, please.
Your Honor, the questions should be directed
Leibsy,
at the
please,
attorney.
Leibsy, please.
We need
'Cause-
irrelevant questions,
Leibsy,
Judge.
Leibsy,
Yeah,
yeah,
Your
please.
Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I'm a
What
cuck.
would you say that? You...
If you wouldn't have talked, we could have got a clean clip. What the hell?
Your Honor, irrelevance.
Run it back one more time. Run it back one more time.
Your Honor,
No, we can't do that to him twice.
very much irrelevant. There you go.
All right. I would like to bring forth this disposed of cell phone as a case.
What the
This was
fuck?
the
I was
ambiance
called up
music,
just to admit I'm
but
a
it got-
cuck. What the fuck? That's fucking crazy.
The evidence I bring forth, this was the phone used for the
Shut up,
Spotify
cuck.
Goon playlist. It did get shorted out, hence why we had to dispose of it from all the goon and goon juice, as
Right.
we call it in the biz. So the proof that it's my client's cell phone, they had to go replace it right after, and they have an appointment time which wouldn't coincide timeline-wise with the stalking.
Graham, I think your witness should come to the stand.
Is that a thing that can happen? Nope, that's just Leibsy.
No,
what
that's
are you
your
talking
witness.
about?
That's
I'm
your
a-
witness.
That's
I'm
your
just
witness.
I'm
That's
stressed.
Obviously, that's your
I'm
witness.
stressed in time.
Graham, that's your
Oh, okay.
witness.
All right. So, wait, who are you?
I'm a stressed intern. I was in the building when
Oh.
you guys
This
were
is-
gooning.
This is our intern who is helping plan the goon sesh, right?
Yes, I was. I was
Okay.
helping plan the goon session.
So,
yes.
who was the last people to leave this goon session?
It was your client, yourself,
were?
and me that were left in the.
I just
in
can't
the
compete
room.
with my client here. We are the
Yeah.
goon duo.
Yeah, you guys
Call
were
us
really,
duo Guno.
really rubbing it out for real.
Enough of that.
Irrelevance, Your Honor.
There. Here, I'll give you one more turn, Nama, please.
All right.
Say to your final case.
All right. I would like to point out that the attorney said that we found the phone, right? I would like to point out that there was a cracked screen, which was the phone screen,
Ooh.
which means his client was in a rage fit, and obviously he wanted to
Sometimes
beat
when
up
you're dorking
someone
it
when
just got too much pressure.
yeah, because he couldn't
you release
finish.
for
And
hours.
yeah, so
Mhm.
instead of finishing, you decided to beat up the old lady.
I'd like to request that you be quiet
What?
for 1 second. It appears the judge's mother is calling him for dinner. There's one thing I'd like to address, though. In my notes here, Cramium,
Hmm.
there's some concerning things that you said in the court. And and I
I'm
quote,
not on trial.
"You're lucky if you get away with 5 years."
Oh,
Which you said
But
to your
that's
client.
not related to this
You
case,
also
though. That's
said
for the other
you're
things.
done for. Then you said you're screwed. You're done.
That's true.
And then,
That's true.
and then,
They
and then
screwed.
you
They
looked,
screwed around
you
a
looked,
lot.
you looked me in the face and said, "My client is guilty. I'm just trying to lessen his charges."
Let's just say his charges were real big. I mean, he charged so big he cracked his phone screen.
That bitch guilty as fuck.
Oh, Pepe. That's fucking great. That was the best one so far, I feel like.
That one was pretty good. I was just,
That was so
I
good.
was.
Oh, Jamie.
I like how
that's
they're like, man,
Hang on.
I got away with all these murders. I got charged for hitting someone with a saw.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess one of us has to be each, eh? Which one would you like?
Hang on. Let me check my recording. I paused it and now I'm gonna start it again for this next round. Oh, fuck. Can't believe I was a witness just to fucking say that one. I was
Yeah.
attacking and the other one was just so brief that I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, I
really.
was present.
I was there.
It's fucking crazy.
I didn't think it would actually work. I was like, oh,
fucking-
that's gonna get shut down insta. All right, I gotta have to Google some images. I had to find an image of the Rizzler online and download it for that one.
No wonder it took so long.
That was honestly the worst part. Was just, I mean, to get it downloaded, I just had to I couldn't find the right. I was like
Fun.
thinking, I'm like, oh, the Rizzler, and then I saw they had a
Fucking
custom
boy,
image, and I
man.
was like, ah,
Fucking,
I can Google that quick.
I am sweating today. Fuck.
It is toasty. It's toasty.
Fuck, dude.
I got my ceiling fan window open.
Hang on, I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
All right, all right.
Well, Mama, how you been?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
Ah, pretty good. Just got back from a small vacation.
Where'd you go? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, I am streaming, by the way, so
That's fine.
If you don't wanna.
Yeah, I know. I'm live too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I was down to Pittsburgh Pride for the weekend. So, on to Pittsburgh, drinking till 3 until it gets closed, and then
Oh,
stumbling into an Uber.
the good times.
Good times, good time with the fellas.
For next time, I really want to do the custom cards.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was you could do. I literally played. I
Yeah.
played the demo for like 15 minutes, and then I just bought the game because it was on sale.
Yeah.
So I have no idea any of this stuff. Custom cards would be fun. I might do that after stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need
Just
to get
load
a
bunch of custom cards.
deck for ourselves.
Okay, are we all ready?
Yes.
I'm ready when
Alright.
you are.
That.
Let's do this.
Welcome, gentlemen.
There's a lot of people in the stands.
I know, right?
Some...
I kind of look the
Give me a
same.
little nervous. We're gonna get you out of here, buddy. You're innocent. Alright? You're a good guy. You're a loving guy.
Imagine if it's
You're
a girl
gonna
at
go
the
home
end.
to your family. Oh yeah, imagine.
If he did that.
I'm trying to not make the mistake of Cram and say that he's my client is innocent.
Oh shit, I intersected that one. Boom. I can also emote. You can use the wheel on E, or you can just press the buttons without opening the wheel.
Oh. That's kind of good because then I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and incorporate the emotes in this one.
This is what happened last session.
Can't believe that guy's smoking in court. What a fucking clown.
He
Dressed like a
is.
clown. Fucking loser.
Nuh-uh.
The
Nuh-uh.
boomer.
I
Go
tried
boom,
uploading
that's what
an
he do.
image, but none of them would work, so I just give up.
He go boom, that's what he do?
Go boom.
What?
Hey,
What kind of
that's the
accusation
best
is
way to
that?
describe
Is
it.
bro like a terrorist or
know.
something?
Yes.
Okay,
Put it in a
so
friendlier way.
okay.
Nuh-uh.
No. All right. Let's start with you, Leeds. What do you have to say?
Okay. He go boom. That's what he do,
Yeah.
allegedly, because he's the boomer.
Yeah.
If that's not a fucking stereotype,
I
and
see. I see.
profiling, I don't know what is, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to provide any evidence, Your Honor, because this is clearly a case of profiling, and that's what I have to say to the prosecutor over there.
Okay. Okay.
Fuck you, prosecutor.
Order. What do you have to say, prosecutor?
Then
Oh.
maybe you should check your client's emails because he is subscribed to some very interesting booming email lists. Creepers Anonymous, Bob-Ombs for Us, Boomer from Left 4 Dead, GoBoom.com, .org, .co. Very sketchy stuff we're seeing here, and he has a record of booming before. So, you know, if it looks like a duck, it
Your
quacks like
Honor,
a duck.
Objection. There is no evidence of him.
Okay.
Mhm.
There is the emails. There is the emails.
There is the emails, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say this, Your Honor. Do you have any subscriptions? Any email subscriptions?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Your Honor, would you say that some of these subscriptions are things that you're interested in, but you can't do or do not do?
I would say yes. Some of them. Yeah.
Yes. Your Honor, an example of this is myself.
Mm-hmm.
I love wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I watch wrestling. I'm subscribed to a lot of wrestling. However, Your Honor, I do not wrestle. Now, just because my client is subscribed to these emails and listings and websites of booming does not mean that he boomed. And I would like to also provide
Yeah.
I've got mine locked and loaded.
I would like to provide this used tissue
Oh.
as evidence, Your Honor. Now, my client doesn't boom, but he do jork it.
Oh.
And that's what he spends most of his time doing, is jorking around. No time for booming when you're jorking, Your Honor. I rest my
see.
case.
Okay. Okay. Prosecutor.
Well, if we're talking about medical things like tissues, I bring forth the prosecuted medical file, which has scoring marks across their body and large chunks that were ripped out from his previous booming incidences. Now, I don't know if you know this about your client, but when they jork it, that's the trigger at the end. When they release, they go boom. So that lines up with what I've previously stated and follows his usual tells that this is the boomer. The Goonin boomer. Some might even say be so
Boomer.
bold as to say.
Okay. I see. Attorney Leibsy. Let me check my notes.
Your Honor, Your Honor,
Yes.
I would like to say that there's a lot of profiling of my client here.
Mhm.
Yes, he has star marks and you know, chunks of him being pulled out. Is what Cram is trying to say over here. Now, Your Honor,
I got the medical.
has he
files to
been
prove it.
around some booming? Abso-fucking-lutely he's been around some booming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who hasn't? I've got scar marks from booming myself. Am I a boomer? No, Your Honor. We live in a booming society. Even the economy, booming.
True.
And
true.
that is not evidence that my client is a boomer himself. This is clearly racial profiling of my client being Mr. Boomer and therefore must be booming. He's not booming, Your Honor. The defense rests its case.
Okay. Okay. What do you have to say,
Well, if that's
prosecutor?
the case, then maybe you might want to explain the encrypted USB key
Oh,
that we found
Oh
of
god damn.
his booming plans to
I'm
boom
s-
all over the
I'm
place.
so happy that you
And
provided that.
this was encrypted. We had to put in his social security number minus his phone number into this to unlock it. It was on his person. As it opened this up, it's placed a splash screen like the Steam Deck, and it goes, "A boomer's boom plans." You know, a few little hit markers, and then opens up into a detailed plan of his booming plans of the past. It's like a journal, but digital.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say.
Are you done?
Pretty convincing.
Because I'm
Pretty
about
convincing.
to completely dismiss this evidence. Here.
Okay. Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
name Mr. Boomer.
Mhm.
Yes?
True.
Is
True.
my client's name Mr. Boomer? Your
Yes.
Honor?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, would you say Mr. Boomer entailing that it's a last name?
I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Your Honor, I would like to call my witness to the stand.
There you go. Who's that?
Now,
Oh shit.
my witness here is the spouse of Mr. Boomer.
Oh.
Now, they are, of course, this is 2025, of the homosexual variety. Mr. Boomer here took the last name of Mr. Boomer over there. And he comes from a long line of family of boomers.
Mm-hmm.
This USB that was taken as evidence against my client actually belongs to a relative of the spouse, Mr. Boomer,
Oh.
right there. It had
Interesting.
nothing to do with my client, Your Honor.
I see.
And
I
in
see.
fact, I would like to provide this old suitcase.
Oh.
This old suitcase, Your Honor, and it is actually the suitcase of the nephew, Mr. and Mr. Boomer.
Oh no.
Now, yes, he is indeed in relation to a possible, I'm not going to say verified,
Mm-hmm.
what's the word I'm looking for? Suspect.
Yeah.
But it is not my client, Your Honor. My client has no explosives. He has scars and
Mhm.
injuries from explosives, Your Honor. He is a victim,
Oh, I see. I
not-
see. I see.
not the exploding man.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Okay.
Honor, the
I'm glad
defense
you brought
rests.
forth.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought this forth.
Oh. Wait. Wrong one. Wrong one.
Yes.
Give me a second.
You're good.
There you go. Yeah. You're good.
I would like to present this opened package.
Oh.
Now, to rebut his statements, how come the USB key only unlocked with his phone number minus his social security number? Kind of odd to have your nephew to have both of those information. Why is his name literally in the opening splash screen? Kind of odd. Hey, he can take the name. That means he wasn't born into this. He sought out the booming lifestyle with
Ooh.
his boomer.
Objection,
Did
objection.
it together. And he's at minimum a witness and didn't stop these booming crimes, which itself is a crime.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Objection.
So that's all I'm gonna say. Along with this this opened box with his Amazon address on it, with everything you need to make bombs, fertilizer,
Mhm.
diesel, newspaper, all the fixins to make a bomb.
I'm
This is a
surprised you know that.
fucking
I watched MacGyver. I just remember that episode where they got held hostage in an airplane, restaurant, airport.
I see.
Anyways.
I see.
all
Okay.
the ingredients, the boom, the plan, the lust for a boomer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Now, Attorney Leapsy, you wanna have a word?
Your Honor, we're in a situation here where there's a violent anxiety rises, toilet paper's off the shelves. You're probably wondering how this correlates. Well, my client here had to be isolated with the family of the boomers. Now, during this time, the nephew was very aggressive to my client. Thus, you have seen and been provided so generously by the prosecutor, Cram I Am, of these scars and surgical records.
Yes.
Again, indicating that my client here is a victim. Because yes, he did give his social security number and all the details to the nephew because he was afraid for his life, Your Honor. He was in a violent situation. He was being held at metaphorical gunpoint here, Your Honor. And he had to provide these details to the nephew to be able to keep on living on this in this great stock universe that we live in, sir. And I might add another bit of evidence, Your Honor.
Yeah.
A single earbud.
Oh.
Now, you're probably wondering, what does a single earbud provide
Exactly.
as evidence in this court, Your Honor? Well, my client has been recording conversations in that household, Your Honor. He is willing to testify against the nephew, and he has recordings to prove that, Your Honor.
Oh.
The defense rests, Your Honor. Let my man go.
Okay. What do you have to say, prosecutor?
I bring forth the friendship bracelets that were made during this recording. If you listen to the recording, you'll hear at the beginning, "What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to me and my uncle make YouTube pranks. Today's prank, we're gonna be," and then all the evidence. But you see, they cut that little piece out for court evidence to try to push it onto his nephew. It was his YouTube channel, his idea to make this prank, and he's turning it as evidence against them. This friendship bracelet
Let him speak.
has
Let him cook.
both of their names on it. In fact, his name is first because he was the one who bought the beads, and in that box the open package were the beads for the friendship bracelet that were made and passed over.
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so
the evidence is a friendship bracelet, Your Honor, not a recording of a YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Order here. Yeah, we do have the friendship bracelet, but there is no actual evidence that there was any video or anything like that. So
correct, Your Honor.
This could also be seen as framing the client, Mr. Boomer.
Correction, Your Honor. Actually,
So,
they were indeed friends, and the friendship bracelet is indeed real. He was friends with the nephew because he was manipulated to be in his friend, Your Honor. It started off friendly and then ended in abuse because my client realized what the nephew was doing. He was stuck. He didn't want to do that. And then the nephew turned to violence, Your Honor. Thus the scars and medical conditions that, again, Cram I Am presented. Now, if I remember rightly, Your Honor, just because you provide evidence, let's say I provided an evidence of a bank account full of money to the court and said, yeah, Cram I Am has a bank account full of money and he diddles children. Now, what do those two things have in common, Your Honor? Nothing. It is hearsay, Your Honor. And I would like the fact that there is a YouTube video of my client and the nephew stricken from the record because it is not backed by evidence, Your Honor.
Yes.
And I would also like to provide this electronic bracelet, which is provided by my client, that is his nephew's, proving that the nephew has a past of criminal activity.
Okay.
Your Honor, I think this case is completely done.
Do you mind if I ask you how he got the bracelet?
Because it was in the drawer of the bedside table within the nephew's bedroom, Your Honor. And he indeed took this because he knew he was coming to court today. He provided me with such evidence to use against the nephew.
Okay, okay. So we'll give the prosecutor the word, and we'll.
I would also like to
Oh.
add, Your Honor, that this is not an active bracelet for an active case. This is a past conviction that the
I
nephew
see.
kept as a trophy for a previous crime.
I see.
Therefore, has no relevance in the law system, Your Honor.
Okay, okay.
The defense rests. The
Okay,
defense
we'll start to wrap this up. We'll hear both sides one more time, and we'll see.
All right.
Prosecutor.
You fucked up. Your Honor, there's
Yep.
no the tracking bracelet, this electronic bracelet that they're saying is for house arrest that they are implying. Bracelets don't exist for that because they only do anklets. Therefore, this is some made up electronic forged evidence for their
Your Honor.
YouTube channel that they made, that they like to fake all these bad pranks with, and it's just another prop. You see, they don't do electronic bracelets for prison. They do the ankle because you can't remove them. If you do, you're alerted. So a bracelet would just get in the way of everything as opposed to an anklet, which they do.
I mean,
Henceforth, that evidence is fake. And what other evidence have they provided is fake. It brings into question all the evidence they ever provided. And
Your Honor.
the character
okay.
of our client
Objection.
who stole it from them to try to bring in and frame their nephew,
Okay, okay. So
which is a crime to
it does say on the object freedom with conditions. So
I was about to say, Your Honor, I would like to.
it might be some
provide,
new technology or something like
I
that.
would like to. No, Your Honor. I would like to
Okay.
provide some.
Okay, we'll let
understanding
it.
to the
We'll
court.
we'll hear you out, then we'll hear the prosecutor, and then I'll decide.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
because even though it's called an electronic bracelet,
Mhm.
it does indeed go on the ankle. The actual courts and the law does not actually call it an electronic anklet. That
Mhm.
would be absolutely ridiculous. It is still a device for home arrest. It does indeed go on the ankle, but it is called an electronic bracelet.
I see. I see.
That
yeah.
is a known fact in the law system, Your Honor.
Mhm, mhm.
What crime I am is just shown as he has a lack of knowledge of the law and
I see. I
shows
see.
his mediocrity in the court and embarrasses himself as a prosecutor, Your Honor. I believe the case is pretty much closed, Your Honor. You can make your decision.
I'll just hear out the prosecutor one more time, and that
So
will be the
then
end
why
of
did
it.
you say the nephew was wearing it on his wrist then, if it was only for the ankle,
I did not
which would
say
have been
that
way too big
I didn't
fits
say he
around
wore
their
it on his
ankle,
wrist.
than their thing? You literally said it was on their wrist,
No,
Check
I
my
said it was in
notes.
his
Your
bedroom
entire-
drawer.
throwing your entire argument into
I
the
said it was
gutter.
in the bedroom
The
drawer from
big
previous
boom
case.
hole
Yeah. Yeah.
from your client booming all over the place.
I never said it was on his wrist. I said it was from a previous crime in the bedroom drawer that nephew kept as a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I never said it was.
You
on
don't
the
get
wrist.
to
now.
keep
Now
those,
this.
though.
Now the prosecutor is just lying, Your Honor.
Like the
Mhm.
lies spewed forth from my opposition. And
Your
fake
Honor,
I
I
see.
believe this case
evidence.
is closed.
It is closed. I'll smack both of you. And with this, it's the end of the trial. And I believe that person right there is. Oh wait, give me my hammer. That person right there is not guilty.
Good decision, Your Honor. Good decision. Justice has been served.
I'm just gonna say,
Mhm.
fucked up. They're gonna.
Where did you go?
Where'd he go? Where did he go? Bro, I fucking creamed that case. That
Thank you
case
for
was
getting and
creamed.
exiting. All I'm gonna say is, you done goofed up. You actually said that it was on their wrist. You
Did
I actually
I?
don't
I'm gonna have to
remember.
check
I'm pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure I heard you say on the wrist. That's why I was like, oh.
Really?
That's why I started laughing. Cause it's like, oh no, he
Uh,
goofed.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I'm
so.
lucky that that wasn't remembered, I guess. I don't remember saying it was on the wrist.
I mean, I could go back and listen for wrong,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure you said on the
I'll,
wrist.
I'll, I'll
So,
see
like,
in the
oh.
recording. I'll see when
Yeah.
I edit.
I
then
mean,
I'll-
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
said that. But that was
Yeah.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I feel like that was handled very well. I feel like that was quite professional.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good.
That was probably the
I
longest
wish I
one
had
we've
better
done so far.
evidences though. Mine were kind of dog.
Yeah, the cards are really bad.
Oh fuck! I forgot
Like,
to
what-
record that one.
Like with the
Shit!
bracelet thing, that's crazy.
Cram, did you record that one?
I've recorded everything.
Oh, good. Yeah, because you'll have to go back through. I didn't record that one. I forgot to press
Oh,
start recording.
Yeah, I can. I think. All right, I gotta remember 115 ish through the VOD. But yeah. All right. Who wants to do what?
Yeah, let me actually start recording this time. Okay, there we go. I will be the prosecutor.
All right, it's judging time. Time to be judgy. Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. I feel like we should probably write up some cases before the actual thing, so we have
Baba Booey.
options.
Let's see what he cooks up this time.
Yeah. Didn't he
Right
have a
up to
hat
what?
before? I feel like he had a hat.
I don't remember him having a hat.
Really? Oh shit, I missed. Ugh. Hit him. Oh. Rare.
Oh shoot! I keep clicking into the notepad. I like how they have just hollowed out eyes staring down the council. The hollowed ones have spoken.
Yeah. Look at them. So creepy.
It's very creepy.
Witness, co-worker, or policeman? What the fuck did you do?
Some devious crimes.
Mr. Jam. Blowing up and acting like he didn't know nobody. He then blew up a hospital.
Hear ye. We begin this court session.
Let me see by it.
Let's see. Let's go with the prosecutor.
Your Honor. As you can see, we have Jamie here. He is being accused of blowing up and acting like he don't know nobody. But also, Your Honor, he then blew up a hospital.
It's pretty hard to know someone if they're dead.
And Your Honor, there was a situation of a secret meeting in a public park where Jamie was a part of buying explosives from some shady men.
Not even creative enough to make his own.
Right.
Or poor craftsmanship. Poor craftsmanship. All right, let's switch her over.
Let me look at my
Looks like you're
case.
licking the paper.
It is very tasty, you know. It makes me
Let
think
me
better.
just absorb the knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. I see. Wait. All right, I got it. So, the search history. My client was never at a hospital. He was looking for the nearest subway.
Objection.
Eh,
What does a search history have to do with proving he wasn't at the hospital?
because you can
Search
look
history is
at
the browser
Your Honor,
as indicated on the
order
card.
in the court, please. Yes, okay.
Okay. I will ask, what does him looking up Subway have to do with him
Yeah, you
where he is?
yeah, because you can look at the date and time on the search history, and at the exact time that the hospital blew up, as you can see in the news, my client was just looking for a subway. I rest.
Objection, Your Honor. What does the search history?
Let's switch it over.
Okay, so you say that he was searching during the time of the explosion. That doesn't mean diddly squat. I can do two things at once. I could have my phone in my pocket and Google McDonald's near me whilst also having been able to, murdered someone. It doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't do the crime, and it just proves that he searched for a Subway, which you fucking eat at Subway, bro? Fucking try Jimmy John's,
Hey.
you fucking imbecile.
Hey, it's closest to his
Oh,
house.
sometimes they don't got that. How big of the hospital? How big of the city this hospital was in?
Yeah, well, according to the attorney over there, he was nowhere near the hospital because of his search history.
Yeah.
Absolute hearsay, Your Honor. It has no correlation whatsoever.
Interesting. All right, Nama, let's see what you have to say.
Okay. I would like to present the endless eclipse. My client could not see where the hospital or the subway was because he couldn't see anything because he looked at the eclipse and got blinded by it. That's why he got hungry and he wanted to eat some
Your
subway,
Honor, objection. That's not what a cosmic eclipse is. It has nothing to do with being able to look at and then
Well,
coming blind by. You're thinking of a solar eclipse, but
that's true.
yeah.
Also, if they were blind, how are they Googling?
Yeah.
You can just ask Siri. Like I can ask Siri right now. Siri,
Okay,
where's the
okay,
nearest?
okay.
I can see that. I
Yeah.
can see that.
I will rest on that.
Yeah.
However, Your Honor, I still have to bring to attention that what the attorney here is describing is a solar eclipse. However, he presented evidence of a cosmic eclipse, which has no correlation with each other whatsoever. Does not make you go blind. I will say as well, Your Honor, there is a love letter here that Jamie had. Now, you're probably wondering, what does a love letter have to do? Well, this love letter actually provides evidence of conspiracy to blowing up a hospital for his beloved HM, Your Honor. And that's pretty damning evidence, if you ask me. Conspiracy leads into action, especially when love is involved, and well, action was taken.
All right, let's see what your rebuttal is. Also, whenever you want, I can bring forth the witness.
Correct. Thank you, Your Honor. You are a very beautiful judge. I love your wig.
That is
No brown nosing in this court.
Absolutely, Your Honor. I'm just making an observation, is all, Your Honor.
Yeah. I would like to say that also my client was stopped mid-track on a subway because he was misled by his phone. He wanted to go to the actual subway to eat stuff, but instead ended up at a subway station and on a train somewhere, While he was going to the subway, he encountered a weird man, which I believe he described as a black sock with a red suit and red glasses.
Objection, profiling?
What do you mean profiling? That's what my client said. And
Your Honor?
Nuh-uh. And yeah.
Objection, the cap is present, Your Honor.
He just kept staring at my client, very threatening. So yeah.
You're saying that the prosecutor saw
I didn't say it was a prosecutor, just someone that was dressed in red with red glasses and it was a black sock. That's all.
Interesting.
Objection, Your Honor. This is clearly profiling. You're profiling all black socks. Just because I'm a black sock? Unfucking believable.
Interesting. You fart at that. Interesting.
Interesting, right?
It
Yes,
says
I
something
agree,
about
Your
your
Honor.
character.
No.
Your Honor.
But you gotta let some gases out, Your Honor. So it's
Interesting. You can take a fart break in 5.
okay.
Your Honor, I would like to provide a situation that was reported by the public. If it pleases the court,
You want
a situation was provided of a surprise move, Your Honor. Now, there is public witnesses to this. It was in the news, as it is a situation, not objects or anything of the kind. Now, this situation is why there was confusion of the subway and the restaurant subway. However, Your Honor, it's has no relevance, correct? Exactly the same as all the evidence that Nama has presented involving a subway. It has no correlation to the blowing up of the hospital or the reasonings or defense to why Jamie here blew up the hospital. And therefore, I would like to pass the ball back into Nama's court to provide some solid evidence defending your client. None of this issues with a subway, because whether he was on a subway or not matters not, because he could easily still blow up the hospital, which he did.
Okay.
I have provided evidence of such, Your Honor.
To
Nama has
be
provided
or
nothing.
not to be, Your Honor.
Interesting.
If you look at the evidence provided by prosecutor, there is also no evidence that my client Jamie actually blew up the hospital. There's only a love letter, could be forged. We
A
don't
love
know.
letter conspiring about blowing up a hospital that he sent to his love interest HM.
And
which was
how
then
do you
provided
know
to
that
us.
was him and not the person that stared him in the subway with
Because
the red suit?
HM has shown the letter. It has been proven to be written by your client.
How did you prove that? Huh?
With the same way letters are proven to be anyone's by
it can be
handwriting
forged.
analysis and
Evidence in the
signing off.
court.
It can be forged, Your Honor.
Where was this love letter found?
Exactly.
HM provided the love letter of interest to us after she found out that the hospital was blown up. This was before she even knew that Jamie was being conducted of such crime. She suspected it was him and provided this evidence to us because it was from him. It shows a conspiracy or interest in blowing up a hospital, and it is proven to be in his handwriting and also signed by the man right in front of us, right there.
Interesting. All right.
If that's not clear evidence of
Alright.
wanting to blow up a
Oh
hospital,
shit, I didn't mean to do that, but I guess
Oh,
I guess-
water gun, Your Honor?
I guess
Your Honor, the attorney here is clearly providing a lack of actual
Hey,
interest.
Your Honor,
in this.
he's speaking
current
and
case.
my light is green, is not. So yeah, smack him.
Let him give it a second.
Exactly.
Here.
So obviously, the water gun was all the intention my client had with any kind of hospital, because you know the kids, you just want to have some little fun and
Objection,
make
Your
them
Honor, the
smile.
cap is present.
No, shut up. And yeah, you just want kids to smile, right? Right?
Wait, what's the water gun have to do with him?
He's
At
just
the
gonna do like a water fight,
Exactly, Your Honor. This is
water
what
fight with the
court is
kids at the
asking.
hospital.
So he was at the hospital.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's why he
boy.
couldn't blow it
But
up.
you told us he was on a subway.
No, he went to a subway.
Your Honor, this is riddled.
You know
with
the subway is next to the
conflictions
hospital.
of
You know.
interest
So-
of
You have-
the previous
You have
evidence,
proof
Your
of
Honor.
anyone seeing this person during the explosion.
Huh?
Well, if he was playing at the hospital with someone, they would have seen him and can vouch for him being there
Exactly.
during.
Oh
the-
shit!
the
I
move.
So
skipped.
do you have a witness?
Yes,
to
I do. I
provide?
do. I
Let
do. I
me-
do.
I can throw you
There
back
we
in
go.
here.
All right. This
You want me to
this
bring
man.
forth the witness?
Yeah, exactly. So this man right here, he's the policeman. He was outside the hospital at that time. At that time that my client entered the hospital to play with the kids with the water guns, by the way.
Mhm.
And yeah, he saw everything, and he saw my client just have fun with the kids. He was with them the whole time as well. Right? Yes, I
Do you
was
have
with
anything
them.
you'd like to say to? Oh shit, my bad.
Absolutely, Your Honor. I would have
There you
a
go.
lot to add to this. Yes, I believe this officer is probably correct that he did see Jamie enter the hospital with water guns to play
Admission.
with the children. However, Your Honor, it's all a cover story. How would you get past security if you were to rob a bank, if not by having an alibi to enter the bank?
Hearsay,
This does not
hearsay,
prove
Your Honor.
anything other than that Jamie was entering the hospital. How did he enter the hospital to get in? By saying that he was going to play with kids with water guns. Your Honor, this just shows the devious nature of Jamie to be able to
That proves nothing, Your
fool
Honor.
this man into
Hearsay.
getting into the hospital. Hearsay?
Interesting. Interesting. All right, Nama, your rebuttal.
Yeah, that's hearsay. That's hearsay, brother. You
That's
have no
hearsay.
proof.
Oh no!
So wait.
I completely stand that there is no proof.
So
I am
what exactly
providing.
did this police officer see?
You are telling me he saw him enter the building and that was it?
No, I said he
That doesn't
accompanied
disprove
my
that he didn't
client
blow up the
in
hospital
the
later.
building in the
It just
hospital.
proves that your client
Hey,
was there.
shut up! Shut up over there!
Oh man!
And
Objection, Your Honor.
yeah, the
Vibe
police
killer.
was with my client the whole time.
The whole time.
Yes, the whole time.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Would you like to bring forth your witness?
Absolutely, Your Honor. I would love to bring
Okay.
forward my witness. Your Honor, I show you Janice here, co-worker of Officer Blart that Nama put on the stand. Your Honor, the co-worker of Officer Blart has said that she has seen him go away from Jamie several times during the incident of him being at the hospital.
Hearsay.
Several windows being open where the client of Attorney Nama could have went and blown up the hospital. Now, Your Honor, he did say he was with Jamie the entire time, which the co-worker says is not true. Therefore, dismissing that that the officer was present during the whole time. He went to the bathroom a few times. He stopped off at the donut store
Hearsay.
that was in the hospital. He was not there 24/7. Any point in that time, Jamie could have blown up the hospital. He did blow up the hospital, Your Honor, and therefore the witness needs to be thrown out.
Interesting.
Hearsay,
Right.
Your Honor. That is
All right.
Hearsay, my witness said it.
your
If what
witness.
my witness
Your
says is
witness
hearsay,
has
the
no
witness-
proof. Oh shit.
All right.
Neither
So
does yours.
basically, it's from the sounds of it,
It's
they
a police
canceled each
officer.
other out.
Indeed, Your Honor.
Nama, do you have any evidence or anything more you'd like to say before I switch over to Leibsy to present evidence?
No. You can switch.
Your Honor, I would like to provide this half-smoked cigar smoked by Jamie just minutes before he blew up the hospital to calm his nerves to help him go through with the plan. This was found during the wreckage of the blown-up area of
Objection.
the hospital.
Objection, Your Honor.
DNA shows that it belonged to Jamie. Now, why is Jamie's cigar present in the area afflicted with damage?
Objection, Your
hospital,
Honor.
Interesting. All right. Your rebuttal?
So, by that logic, you're saying our beloved judge is about to blow some place, right? Because he is smoking right now, and if we go by
Indeed.
what
Now,
you
this is
said,
how
If this,
but
this
you're
court-
still smoking, so
Indeed.
If-
and if this courtroom
wait,
was
I am
blown
the
up
one
and
talking,
that
so
was left,
please
that would be
order here.
evidence against our judge.
Judge,
But
please.
it's
Okay.
not.
Judge, please.
All right, Leibsy, let's let him get a little bit out here, and then
Oh, absolutely,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely, Your Honor. I apologize,
So-
Your Honor.
rebuttal.
By his logic, anyone that smokes anything is automatically about to blow some kind of place. So
But there was DNA on the cigar of.
yeah,
our-
the same that is on your cigarette. There's also your DNA.
But
So
yeah,
that
but it-
doesn't prove that he was the one that blew. It just proves that he stopped to smoke a cigarette or a cigar.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
It has no correlation with the
Easy.
bomb.
Your Honor, it shows it's not evidence against him to going through with blowing up the hospital. The evidence is provided because it shows he was in the area afflicted with damage of the blowing up of the hospital. That's DNA evidence left behind by his client.
Yeah, I never say he wasn't there.
Indisputable evidence. No, I'm talking about the afflicted area. That's what I specified. Was it was in the afflicted
Was this
area?
okay? Was this hospital entirely blown up, or a section of
No.
it? I guess.
No, Your Honor. This is a very large hospital. Approximately about 45% was blown up of the said hospital.
Okay. And the cigar you found, is introduced in evidence, was on the exploded side.
Correct. It was in the vicinity of the exploded area, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Nama.
There is no proof of that, Your Honor. Anyone could have put that cigar over there, even if said person with a red jacket and red glasses wanted to frame somebody. He knew that my client liked to
So-
smoke cigars, and so he could have planted that. So we never know that.
All right. So I will ask. So why? What? I'm trying to figure out what the significance of the cigar is, because you both agree they were in the building.
Yeah.
You said the officer saw them in the building.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just as a baseline, you both agree
It's-
on this.
Your
Yeah.
Honor,
So the
yeah,
cigar
correct.
being there isn't.
Your Honor, no, it's just verification. It's DNA evidence. Now, it's just confirming he was present in the afflicted area, Your Honor.
Yeah.
He provided a witness, which
I
is
mean, it's
been
45%
thrown
of a
out.
hospital.
Yeah, correct,
That's
correct.
a
Your Honor?
giant chunk for a lot of people.
Correct, Your Honor. Now, I just want to say, Your Honor, that it was just evidence provided that he was in the afflicted area. Provided that with the other evidence that I have provided, incriminating Jamie over here, Nama has provided what such evidence? Subway stations, witnesses that have been thrown out, and then a water gun, which he then said was the reason he was at the hospital, when he started out by saying he wasn't at the hospital to begin with. Your Honor, his story is riddled with holes. The cigar that I presented was just to confirm and bring some actual significance to this case that Jamie
I
was
see.
indeed present in the afflicted area, along with the love letter that showed desire to blow up this hospital, and amongst all the other evidence I provided, Your Honor, I believe the decision is in your favor, Your Honor. We rest, Your Honor. We rest.
Okay. That was. I will get you each get. Nama will go, then you get will rebuttal, and then Nama will get final say before I make the decision. So Nama,
Okay.
go for it. You'll have one more rebuttal after his next rebuttal. This is
Mhm,
your
mhm.
second to last action. You
Okay.
have the floor.
All right. So what he's saying is that his evidence is very good for this case, but the only really thing that we can call evidence is the love letter. Because for the half-smoked cigar, I already said that my client was there, so that doesn't prove anything.
Saying
Yes,
someone is there and proving someone was there is a different thing.
I mean I
Especially
confirmed
when
it.
you have said that he has been
Hey,
several.
I am the
different
one
places.
talking, please.
Yes,
Floor
yes.
is
Give
yours.
him time.
So,
He'll get a rebuttal
It,
here.
it doesn't matter if there was a cigar or not. I already said he was there. So you proving that just says that just proves that I'm saying the truth here. So, and
After the subway incident.
oi, oi, you're the shady one here, because
Because I'm a black sock and you have something against black socks.
that's not what I'm saying. But
Okay,
you-
I mean,
you fit the description of a said person.
Your
that
Honor, he's racist.
That is not true, Your Honor. So another thing is
he's fumbling, Your Honor.
nothing here is real. Everything that he showed can
He's now
be
saying sock
faked.
people aren't real, Your Honor.
Also, I would like to point out which part of the hospital blew up. Was it the kids part or was it the other part?
The kids section was included in the 45% that was indeed blown up, correct?
Do you know why would my client blow up the kids section after going there to play with them?
Because there was a reason to get into the facility. He didn't actually want to play with these kids. I'm not saying he's a kid diddler. Maybe he is, I don't know. But
Besides the point.
it's just a reason to get back there. An
Alright.
alibi.
Nama, have
Some
you said your
cause.
piece?
Sure.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I just wanted to make
Mm.
sure before we move over. Leave Z.
Your Honor.
You had your.
Closing case here. Let's look at the situation. Jamie was spotted in a park for a secret meeting with some shady people. He also has a love letter against him, which has been proven to be written by him by his significant lover, HM. He then has a half-smoked cigar, which is DNA evidence that he was in the afflicted area. We then have the water gun provided by the defendant's team, proving that he was trying to get into the kids' area. And that's one of the only ways that you can, unless you're a relative of these children. It's the only way you're able to get into the hospital of that side is by being an entertainer for the children. And then we have some, subway train story, an eclipse story that the defendant over there confused for a solar eclipse, and then talks of a search history looking for a subway. Your Honor, all the evidence that's been provided on both sides of this case convict Jamie as being guilty. There has been no evidence proving that this man is innocent other than
Or guilty,
provided
might add.
witness, which was thrown out by our own witness. Your Honor, I believe this is a closed case, but the power is in your hands.
All right.
We
Gamma,
rest, Your
is
Honor.
time to go to your final statement. Leibsy has had their final statement. It's time to move on. Also,
Mhm.
hello, Eber. It's going pretty good.
Okay,
Stream's
okay.
going pretty
So,
good.
as you can see, the prosecutor is always just trying to close the case as soon as he can. And he's always just saying that my evidence are nonsense and his evidence are the one that are the truth. For
I
example,
actually said that some of the evidence you provided convicted your defendant.
yes, exactly. So you're just trying to make the judge here think that my beautiful client is actually guilty.
Objection, Your Honor.
Which-
There's a love interest on top of all of this as well.
What does that have to do if he blew up the kids section of the hospital?
You have a conflict of interest of being this man's lawyer. There's a love interest. I'm just saying that it doesn't look good. That you have a reason to try and get this man out. Whilst
And
all the
you
evidence,
and
even
you
the
seem
stuff
to
you
have a
provided-
reason to put him in jail. Why is that?
Because I uphold the law, Nama.
Because you are
I
part of the
believe in
story as
justice.
well.
Your man is guilty. You even.
Your
know
Honor,
it.
please
You
some order
provided
in this
the
court.
only-
that goes against him.
All right. The only evidence you have against the lawyer for involving was him staring at him
Oh,
at a train.
no. I'm not
That is
saying
a s-
he's involved. I'm just saying
No,
there's
no,
a
no, I
clear
mean-
love interest.
Nama is accusing you of being in this
Oh.
picture, but all you did was
Oh.
stare at him. How does
Yeah.
that link to any like? How does that link with things?
Because it was very menacing, I would say. Maybe
So
the
now you're saying
prosecutor.
because
Oh
I'm
no,
a
he's
black
talking
sock
over
and
me.
you gave a
Judge,
description
please,
of a
come on.
black sock.
All right,
I was the one
let
staring
him, let
at
him try
him.
to link it.
Come on.
Let him try to link it.
Honestly.
So maybe the prosecutor has something against my client, and he just wanted to frame my client for such act as blowing up a hospital, and especially the kids section, which my client bought that water gun specifically to go play with the
to
kids.
get into the kids section so he could blow it up.
No.
It shows an alibi to
He
get
has-
into the kids
He
section.
has
It
no
shows
reason
nothing
to do
else.
that. Besides, he also had an
Other
officer
than
with
the
him.
love letter saying he has a desire to blow up the hospital for his beloved.
That could have been forged easily.
It wasn't.
So-
It's been proven because we got the handwriting analysts on it
It's
and the signature, as stated when the evidence was provided.
it's not like you never said anything that there was like
He's
fingerprints on the
grasping at
letter
straws,
or
Your
anything
Honor.
like
He's
that.
grasping
So
at straws.
Alright. I'm gonna be honest. I think I've made my decision. And it is final.
Thank you, Your Honor. Justice
second.
has been served. Justice has been served.
that was bullshit though. God damn it. I couldn't do shit there. I want this. Evidence. Alright, what is that? This. Can I? Wait, I think we're over for today though. Alright. I'm gonna end this here anyway. Thank you guys so much for coming. This was a weird game, I must say. It's quite fun. I wish we had more people to play with, because that way we could have filled the whole thing. And yeah, we're probably gonna play this more times next week's, but probably not like next week, but the following weeks. And I hope you guys had fun. It was quite interesting because, again, English is not my first language. I was trying to make sense of everything, and also I don't know anything about law or anything like that, so it was quite hard. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming today. It was a pretty short stream and pretty late stream. Not usually my schedule. I usually stream 4 p.m. BST, which is British. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Goodbye. See you guys later. Woo. Join the Discord. I post